Malaysia is hot and humid. Yet, look at our modern skyscrapers. They are covered in massive glass walls because we blindly copied the West. Inside, this building acts like greenhouses, trapping heat. We are forced to blast air conditioning 24/7 just to stay comfortable. This isn't smart design. It's a huge waste of energy. But back in the 1970s, a Malaysian architect named Dr. Ken Yang decided to change this. Educated in Cambridge, he revolutionized global architecture by creating the bioclimatic skyscrapers.
Integrate everything that we make and we do and we build and we operate and we use with the natural environment, there won't be any environmental problems. One of the ideas I had was that if we were to integrate our built environment with the natural environment, then our buildings and our cities and our built environment must be like nature. Now, if it's like nature, then it's not inert, it's not alienated from nature. And so the idea was to imitate the properties of nature, imitate and emulate and replicate the properties of nature. And for me specifically, it is to emulate and replicate the properties of the ecosystem. The technique is called adapted from biomimicry, so I call it ecomimicry.
So what is bioclimatic design? It means designing a high-rise to work with the local climate, not against it. First is passive low-energy design. Instead of relying on machines, the building uses its own shape to stay cool. This means facing the building away from the harshest sun and using deep sun shading panels like these louvers on our campus. Second is the skyscraper as an ecosystem. He integrates continuous vertical gardens from the ground to the roof. These plants act as natural cooling blankets for the tower.
Ken Yang first discovered in 1192 with his masterpiece, Menara Mesinaga in Subang Jaya. Instead of a glass box, its cylinder tower featuring planting terraces called sky courts spiraling up the side to bring nature into the workspace. He then took this tropical ideology global with the National Library in Singapore. Here, he used massive open-air voids for ventilation and smart sensor to cut energy used drastically. He proved green design works on a massive scale.
The major idea was that we separate the programming block from the collections block and join the two by bridges. And the collections block, the programming block was the block that brought the Singaporean people to this building, induced them to come whether through exhibitions or through poetry reading or through classes, and then having brought in the building, they are then introduced to the collections to become readers.
Critically speaking, his work is a massive success because he's pioneered in sustainable towers decades before it became a global trend. However, his design faced practical criticism. Maintaining vertical gardens in high-rises is highly expensive. Automatic watering system can clog, leading to structural water leaks, and tropical pests can become a major headache. Despite this, his impact on Malaysia is undeniable. He broke our obsession with Western glass boxes. Today, Malaysia's Green Building Index laws are heavily inspired by his principle of natural wind and shading.
In conclusion, Dr. Ken Yang didn't just design building.
He designed a survival plan for our tropical future.
He showed us that high-density skyscrapers
Don't have to fight nature. They can live with it in harmony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.